Here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. So glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new here, welcome. Grab a seat, stay a while. But as long as you're here, do me a couple favors. Go down and hit that subscribe button. And make sure to ring that notification bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're of the 790 plus regulars here, welcome back for another round. As you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment, because as we all know, YouTube does love those comments. And of course, as always, share this video with your friends on all social media. My socials, Instagram and X, are down below in the description, along with a link to that wonderfully fabulous Joker Voice merch store. Okay, boy, we got some news to talk about here. It's become almost clockwork right after WrestleMania, where the roster gets thinned out due to budget cuts. Now, as some main roster journeys have come to an end, others are just beginning in the form of call-ups from NXT. And we can file this one into the duh category, as one of the main events of WrestleMania 42 gets called out. So, let's not waste any time. Let's just jump right into this, shall we?
And here we go.
The Pat McAfee experiment. Clearly, this was a failure. Now, Randy Orton did not win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, and thus, as the stipulation that he imposed on himself, Pat McAfee will no longer appear on WWE television. And yet, we had all heard prior to WrestleMania that there was already a planned main event tag team match at Backlash with Randy Orton teaming with Pat McAfee to face off against Cody Rhodes and Jelly Roll. So, what happened? I mean, what if I told you that the original creative plan was that the person Randy was speaking to, whispering in his ear, was none other than Aleister Black, and that this would have led to a match between Randy Orton and Aleister Black at WrestleMania. Randy Orton would hesitate to do the punt kick. Aleister would laugh at him, and then we would get the post-match angle that we saw when Cody retained the title. So again, what happened? Well, we all know what happened. This is when TKO started meddling, and instead of the original creative plan, what we got was a main event at WrestleMania with Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll being key figures in the entire story. And we don't have to say it, we already know it. This led to one of the worst WrestleMania main events ever. Thus, with all the backlash and negative press he was getting, Pat McAfee then opted out of any and all post-WrestleMania plans, including the match at Backlash. Now, I think he realized that this entire story angle was just stupid from the word jump, and it could negatively affect the viewership of his very popular show on ESPN. And this sentiment was kind of echoed by Jelly Roll doing his WrestleMania vlog. He kind of closed it out by saying, Pat, I love you, but neither of us had any business being involved in this WrestleMania story.
Duh.
Now, I did mention Backlash. It's one of the recurring post WrestleMania traditions. It's generally the next PLE right after WrestleMania. But there's another post WrestleMania tradition, and it's the annual roster budget cuts, also known as spring cleaning. And this past Friday, going into SmackDown, fans of the former United States Women's Champion Julia were afraid that at some point her name was going to be on that list. That's right. I said former champion because on SmackDown, Tiffany Stratton became the new Women's United States champion. Now, fortunately, Julia's name was not on the initial list released because early Friday, WWE announced 22 talents across all brands that had been released. Now, I'm not going to go over all 22 individually, that's just going to take too much time, but there were some of note. One of them is also the aforementioned Aleister Black and his wife, Zelina Vega. Wow, you get ditched from WrestleMania and then you get released. That's a big kick in the nuts, huh? Now, another is not just a talent, but a group of 5 talents. And this group really had one of the best introductions in WWE in the last few years. And that's kind of where they peaked, as the entire faction of the Wyatt Six has been released. And this one is really a confusing release, and that is the Pirate Princess, Kairi Sane. I mean, she has been a key figure in a story that's been going on for months and months and months, involving Asuka and Io Sky, where she has been the linchpin, the key figure of this. She's been used on television regularly every single week. And now, seemingly, this story gets absolutely no payoff.
It's wrong.
Yeah, it sucks, but when a main roster journey ends, it makes room for another main roster journey to begin. And that means the call ups from NXT. We had mentioned last week that Ethan Page, Joe Hendry, and Sol Ruka are all coming to the Raw roster. This past Friday on SmackDown, NXT talent made their main roster debuts. I mean, the women's division on Friday night got absolutely put on notice as Fallon Henley, JC Jane, and Lainey Reed, Fatal Influence, made their presence absolutely felt. It was also announced that this coming Friday, that Ricky Saints will be making his main roster debut as part of the Friday night roster. And in a video package, it was also announced that the main roster is about to get a lot more glamorous, as coming soon to SmackDown, the glamour, Blake Monroe.
She's hot. Definitely hot.
So that's what's been happening over the weekend in the WWE. There's a lot more coming, and be sure to tune in 6 p.m. Pacific right here on this channel, where me and the guys will be talking about all of this. Of course, I'm talking about Wednesday night is overbooked. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Again, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate it. And I will see you folks all very soon. Hope you had a great weekend. Have a wonderful week ahead of you. Always have fun. Keep talking. Keep smiling. Until next time.